Hello, welcome to another video. It's your host, 19-year-old Gamer 19,000, and I'm here today for Season 2, Episode 13 of Random Multiclass Thursdays, The Champion of Song and Sword. Before this video begins, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, let's get into today's video. So today's video is similar to what I normally post, but a little bit different, so don't pick off. It is basically, what if a paladin went fully support? This is basically the full support paladin. And I kind of wanted to compare this to almost like a war cleric-ish character. So this is basically almost like a war cleric, except you don't take a single level of cleric. You're mainly taking levels of bard and levels of paladin here. Now, if you want to make this build as good as possible, I think probably taking Divine Soul Sorcerer is probably your best option. But for the sake of, having some differency, I've decided to make this a bard build. And, we're pretty excited for this build. It's definitely not my usual DPS heavy build, but this build can actually provide a ton of support, a ton of healing, a ton of control, and still fall back on the fact that it is a paladin that can let out heavy smites, dealing a metric crap ton of damage. Now for today's build, we will be doing a trident and a shield. If you are a support slash healer, it's important you're able to tank. Now, the reason we're taking Trident is because of the topple mastery. If you're able to topple an enemy, heal an ally, let's say you topple your enemy, heal your barbarian. Your barbarian goes up, or your fighter, paladin, monk, whatever, goes to the enemy after you heal them and just unleashes on a prone enemy, meaning that they're most likely going to hit all their shots and do a metric crap ton of damage. So in a way, this build could actually be doing more damage than any other character, even though its damage is lacking, because this build relies on your teammates to really make up for all of its flaws. Now for our origin feat, and origin, we'll be taking Entertainer. No custom, no nothing. Entertainer is perfect. Musician is a very good support feat that honestly I think we should be taking. And with the Trident, we can always just throw it, meaning we don't have to be in melee combat with anyone. So I think just taking Entertainer, taking Musician, increasing our strength and charisma is honestly going to be a really good choice. Now, this build is a strength-based paladin with a 15 strength plus 1 equaling 16, 8 dexterity, 14 constitution, 8 intelligence, 10 wisdom, 15 charisma for plus 2 to a total of 17. Now, this build, I'm pretty sure doesn't have any ways to go Pact of the Blade or anything like that. The reason why I'm making myself so charisma focused is simply for the fact that this build is focused on healing. It's not focused on dealing really high martial damage. It's focused on support, control, basically everything but damage. So having our higher charisma is significantly more important. Now for our species, we'll be going human. Now, what's a tank if you just die early on? And also I decided to take this because there's no really other really good tanking species. Now you could say Stone Giant, but some would debate that having tough gives you more HP than Stone Giant could negate. Overall, I just took tough. I thought when we do go in melee, we don't want to just get one-shotted all the time. We still want to be able to eat some hits and still provide and keep up our support and utility. Now, level 1, we will be taking a level Paladin. Of course, the top of Weapon Mastery, because we get Weapon Mastery. Spell casting, Lay on Hands is a massive feature of this build. Now, honestly, so we can do some pretty crazy healing with a high level Cure Wounds plus bonus action Lay on Hands and do just a metric crap ton of healing. So yeah, this build does a lot of healing. Now with level 1 spells, Bless, Command, Cure Wounds, Purify Food and Drink, Protection from Evil and Good, Heroism and Detect, Magic are all really good. Wrathful Smite is also pretty good, being able to make an enemy fear you, giving your allies advantage on just smiting the hell out of it. Overall, all really good selections. Now, at level 2, we'll be taking out 1 level of Bard, mainly getting our Bardic Inspiration. This allows us to, as a bonus action, inspire an ally, and on their next D20 test, they can add a D6 to see if they succeed on that D20 test. Now, if they fail, is the chart still expanded? They fail? Yeah. It's expanded when it's rolled. Overall, this is a really good feature that does scale pretty nice. The number of uses we get is equal to our charisma modifier, and we get them all back on a long rest, so we won't really be having them for much long, because I think after this, we mainly want to pick up True Strike, Starry Wisp, Precipitation, Light, Blade Ward, Bane, Charm Person, Healing Word, Identify, Featherfall. Now we do get True Strike, so I guess their damage will be a little nice. Starry Wisp is also a really good spell. But mainly we're here for healing word. I think just having a bonus action ranged heal really makes the paladin a much better support, and stuff like Bane, Charm Person can also be really good control and overall like debuffing and buffing your allies. And of course we have Bless because we're a paladin, so either allows us to bane our enemies or bless our allies. Now, as a second level paladin, we'll be taking defense. Having a +1 to armor class with heavy armor and a shield is just honestly so impactful because it just makes it significantly better. Now, actually, I could see you instead of taking tough, picking up shield as a human, but again, that takes spell slots and saving throw. I mean, we're paladins, so we're going saving throws. I don't know. You can kind of just mix and match a little bit. Honestly, whatever you think is just going to provide you the best defense and utility. This is not damage focused. We don't care for damage when it comes to this build. So honestly, yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. Should you take magic initiate wizard? I mean, no, honestly, I feel like that's probably up to debate. I feel like if in your table you usually end up with like an 18 charisma or 19 charisma, I think definitely you should go True Strike then. I think you should go Magic Initiate Wizard. But if you're going point buy or like standard array, then I think definitely you probably should just go tough. Now, for level 4, our third level in Paladin, we get Channel Divinity, which, is just a baseline feature. All Paladins get it. But we're also going Oath of Glory here. Now, we could go Oath of Devotion, and that's probably also not a bad choice. But we are a support Paladin. And what's more supporty than when we land a big Divine Smite, being able to dish out temporary hit points? So this allows us to go that really strong Paladin, like smitey way, but still provide ample support. Because Divine Smite is a bonus action. So when we take our whole turn to be a DPS melee character, we can still give out a ton of support with Inspiring Smite. Also, we get Guiding Bow and Heroism, which Guiding Bow is a cleric spell. So, hey, I guess we kind of are a cleric at the end of the day. Yeah, that's why we're going Oath for Glory. I normally never take Oath for Glory because it's kind of bad, but for this build, I decided it fits the premise really well. We also get Peerless Athlete, which is straight dog water, so I'm not even going to cover it. We also get Vortcaster as our 5th level feature, 4th level Paladin. This basically just gives us an advantage on any concentration saving throws we make to maintain concentration, and our Charisma score is amped by 1, which is pretty big because our spell save DC is higher, our healing is higher, basically everything we care for is higher. This will now make concentrating on Bless or Bane way easier. Also, we can now cast spells while having a weapon or shield in one or both hands. So if your DM's like really annoying about that, then screw him. But you always had your holy symbol on your shield or on your chest piece. But I know some DMs like to be really annoying. So boom, doesn't matter anymore. Now our 5th level damage report, as you can see, a True Strike attack with Inspiring Smite at level 2 does 21 damage on average. So yeah, definitely not the best, but since Inspiring Smite is dealing 2d8 plus our Charisma modifier, I believe, 2d8 plus our Paladin level, and temporary hit points, we're dishing out quite a decent amount. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's 9 temporary hit points, if I'm not mistaken, which, wait, am I mistaken? Yeah, I think it's 13. 13, I should have put in here, I'm so sorry. 13, I mean, 13 temporary hit points with going all out smiting, it's pretty nice support or just like healing. But also if we do our strongest heal, which will be a cure wounds at 2nd level, giving us 22 hit points, and then an additional 20 hit points with a maximum lay on hands, meaning we can do 42 points of healing in one turn with an average to hit of 17.5. Overall, pretty nice. Now, as a 6th level character, we get our 5th level in Paladin, gaining us extra attack and Faithful Steed, enhanced ability, and magic weapon, which, I mean, enhanced ability is super nice spell, really good support, allows your allies that want to, no, because grappling is no longer a contest based, but I don't know, if you ever have something, maybe a rogue is going to go up, maybe, I don't know, cast guidance or like bless, enhance ability on him, and just let him go crazy. Faithful Steed is actually really good, because we can now just like move around the battlefield, not needing to like disengage or anything, and just go up, cure woundsing, lay on hands people. So actually, Faithful Steed is pretty damn nice. We also get 2nd level spells. Big ones here: Aid, Lesser Restoration, Prayer of Healing. I think those 3 you're always going to have up. Warding Bond and Shining Smite are 2 also really good spells. Shining Smite, of course, dealing some extra damage and potentially blinding your target, and Warding Bond just making one of your allies significantly more tanky. You can put this on your barbarian, on your fighter, or honestly, like, put it on your wizard. So then, if your wizard ever takes damage, you can take it instead. Out, or maybe you have or maybe you have a really powerful like control based wizard, sorcerer, or another bard or a cleric, and you're like, oh, let me warding bond them. So then, when they're making their concentration saves to keep up those really important like banishment, charm monster, hold person, they're actually having lesser DC, and overall they're taking lesser damage. Because again, at the end of the day, you have tough, you have heavy armor, you have shield, you may even have the shield spell. Like you have, and also you have aid, so you have more than enough HP and overall durability to be able to tank the damage your wizard or sorcerer that is completely altering the battlefield might take. So I think Warding Bond is also a very good choice here. But I think Prayer of Healing and Aid are must-haves. You always need to have these spell prepared. Prayer of Healing is just is the best spell in the game. I think spell slot cost per level. Prayer of Healing is simply the best. Stats for cost, the night, is simply just so broken, so overpowered. A 10-minute short rest plus additional 2d8 plus your charisma modifier and healing is just one chef's kiss. It's amazing. You gotta love it. Now, 7th level, we're taking Aura Protection. I mean, this is just, again, a really good utility slash buff spell, making all of your allies have a super high saving throw while you're able to also heal them. Because, again, at the end of the day, healing your allies is nice. But if they fail a hold person, a charm monster, then all the buffs you have on them will only hurt you. So making sure they succeed with Aura Protection, something like Bless, is pretty damn massive, and I think way more influential than the minuscule amount of damage you're doing. So yeah, overall, if you know there's like a barbarian or a fighter that dumped wisdom, I definitely think you should be right next to them in every fight, just making sure, well, against casters, that they never get hold person or any of that garbage, and are just able to dish out the divine justice. Yeah, now we'll be taking our 2nd level Bard. I know it's a little late, but I feel like still we can still get great value. We get expertise, in 2 skills of our choice. We also get Jack of all trades, making all of our skills better. I mean, overall, I like these 2 features. I feel like expertise doesn't, they both really don't provide much utility per se, but they still definitely help our character a lot. Overall, just be a more useful character. I mean, if you don't have a rogue or anything, then boom, you can now just kind of semi-beat a rogue. Now for our subclass, I'm going College of Valor. I was honestly pretty split up in between what subclass to pick. I wasn't gonna do College of Swords. Well, no, College of Swords doesn't exist. I think it was College of Lore, because I was like, at 6th level, what other spells from the cleric could we get that would be really impactful? And I ended up like realizing that there wasn't really many spells I really cared for on this build that I want. I mean, Shield would have been really nice, but I mean, there's a version of this build where you take Magic Initiate Wizard and already pick up Shield, so, but yeah, level 3 Combat Inspiration. Basically, when a creature is hit by an attack roll, that creature can use its reaction to roll the Bardic Inspiration dice and add that number roll to its AC against the attack, potentially causing that attack to miss. And also, if they want to, they can also add your Bardic Inspiration dice to their damage. But if your creature ever tries to do that, make sure to smack them in the face and tell them no. Use that for defense. Do not use that for offense. What are you doing, you dumb, stupid idiot? That's exactly what you have to tell them. I always hate when people are like, oh, what do you mean I can't use my Bardic Inspiration tag? Bardic Inspiration die for damage. That's so dumb. No, shut up. It's quiet, bro. I hate that. It's just, I mean, that just shows like you don't know D&D. Please trust me. I'm the bard. Use it for defenses. Don't use it to add more damage. A d6 extra of damage will do nothing. A d6 to your AC or to a saving throw can potentially win a fight. Be smart, please. Please. If you see the enemies at 3 HP, then honestly, you're probably already gonna kill them. Unless, I don't know, you're like a rogue that dumped dexterity and is doing an offhand dagger attack that also dumped strength. Like, unless you're doing the most dog water build, I generally don't think the offense version will ever really be good. You also get martial training, so you're not proficient in simple and melee martial weapons. I can use them as a spellcasting focus, which you already got that long time ago, but hey. You also can now use medium armor. And we're wearing a full suit of plate by now, so But we choose what battles to win. With the second level spells we do again is Detect Thoughts, Heat Metal, Hold Person, Invisibility, Knock, Suggestion, Silence, all amazing spells. Detect Thoughts can be super useful. Heat Metal on the guard's armor, they're just cooked. They can't do anything against it. Hold Person again, really good spell. Invisibility, amazing. Knock, Suggestion, Silence. Silence can potentially end an encounter if you're fighting mages. Invisibility, super nice. Knock, super nice. Suggestion again can really just counteract a dumb party member. So all really good spells. Now our 10th level will be gaining a +2 to Charisma, taking our 4th level of Bard. And now, to be fully honest with you, I made this build quite a while ago, and I completely forgot about it. So I know last week I said that I would now be doing the second damage report at 12th level. This was like, I think it was like a month, like 2 to 3 months ago when I made this. So yeah, I still on 10th level damage report, but honestly, it feels that 12th level, I don't really see the difference. Now, if we still do a true strike attack with an inspiring smite, we deal an average of 35.5 damage. Honestly, our damage doesn't matter to us, but if we do a 4th level cure wounds, we do an average of 41 points of healing, which is pretty nice. And since we're a 6th level paladin, we also add an additional 30, meaning in one turn we can do 71 points of healing, which is pretty damn nice with an average to hit of 19.5. Now, as a 11th level character, we get Font of Inspiration, meaning we regain all uses of our Bardic Inspiration when we finish a short or long rest, and also we can now expend a spell slot to regain a use of Bardic Inspiration. In my personal opinion, I guess, yeah, like, I guess, like, a Cure Wounds. No, but I feel like if you're Cure Wounding someone, you can also just do, your land. I mean, we may not always have land hands, so I guess if you're just out of lay on hands, you could just, like, Cure Wounds, give them a bunch of HP, and then use your, what is it called? Your, Bardic Inspiration, give them a Bardic Inspiration. Also, your Bardic Inspiration is now a D8 at this level, I'm pretty sure. Give them your Bardic Inspiration, that, and they can now add that to their AC, potentially making an attack miss, or to 60 on a saving throw. So yeah, I guess Font of Inspiration, I take it back. Pretty damn good feature. Now, 3rd level, we also get 3rd level spells here. Dispel Magic, Fear, Hypnotic Pattern, Layman's Tiny Hut, Masculine Word, Slow and Sending. All amazing spells, all spells you want to be casting almost every fight. Overall, 5th level in Bard is an amazing level if you're a support character. Now, if you're a damage character, good thing we're not a damage character. At 12th level, we get the Bard's extra attack. So now we can cast a cantrip when we take the attack action, which is going to increase our attack by a minuscule amount. Because again, this is not a damage focused build. This is a full on support, utility, and heal. But you can still call yourself a Boom Boom Smitey Paladin. At 7th level, we get Counter Charm, which is actually decent. If you are a creature within 30 feet of you fails saving throw against an effect that applies to the charm, the fighting condition, you can take a reaction to cause the save to be re-rolled, and the new roll has advantage. Again, let's just say someone tries to control your barbarian, and let's say they roll really bad, even with your aura protection. Now they have advantage plus your aura protection. I think they most likely should succeed. So yeah, Counter Charm, actually a pretty nice feature. Now, 4th level spells, we get Charm Person, Dimension Door, Fonts of Moonlight, Freedom of Movement, Greater Invisibility, and Polymorph. Now, Fonts of Moonlight, if we ever do want to go like full Marshall, Smitey, Boom Boom, Fonts of Moonlight probably is a really good choice here. But again, you're probably better off casting something like Polymorph, Invisibility, Greater Invisibility, Freedom Movement, Dimension or Charm Monster. Honestly, casting Greater Invisibility on yourself and then just going to the whole battlefield, giving out heals is probably your best idea. But again, who knows? Now, as an 8th level Bard or 14th level character, I think we'll just increase our strength here. Now, one thing you could go here, you could go with, I think Chef. I'm pretty sure, like, after every, short rest, you can give out some, like, temporary hit points or, like, some healing. Which, honestly, paired with Musician, will mean if you have a bigger party, then your whole party is getting a buff in the short rest, basically giving you, I think it was like Song of Healing or Song of Rest, the 2014 feature that was cut out, just basically adding it back in. So yeah, you could take Chef here. Um, yeah, you see, there's a whole ton of spells there. Because at 15th level, we get 5th level Bard spells, which is animate objects, dominate person, Geas, Greater Restoration, hold monster, legend lore, mass cure wounds, raise dead, raise telepathic bond, synaptic static, teleportation circle, and Yolanda's regal presence. There's a metric crap ton of spells you can pick here. A lot of these are damage focused, so some of them you cannot take. You don't have to take, but raise telepathic bond. Thing is a must have. Raise dead is a must have. Mass Cure Wounds is pretty good. Teleportation Circle is also pretty good. Geos, yeah, it can be fun. Yeah, a lot of these spells are just super OP, super powerful. So make sure to pick them wisely. Now, our 15th level damage report, if you use our action to cast True Strike, attack action True Strike with Inspiring Smite at 6th level, we're doing an average of 57.5 damage. Still decently low, but for a build that's mainly focused on support, not the worst. Now, at a 6th level Cure Wounds, we do 59 points of healing. At a Mass Cure Wounds at 6th level, it's only an average of 32. But now, make sure to add 30 on top of that, thanks to Lay on Hands, making our healing 89 with Cure Wounds, or 60. Well, I mean, yeah, it doesn't really work with Mass Cure Wounds, but our average true attack with Charisma is 20.5, and our average true attack with Strength is 19.5, or 18.5 if you listen to me and take Chef instead of your Strength buff. Now, 16th level, we get Magical Secrets, which just, yeah, here we can pick up Shield and basically any other spell you want. So here, pick your favorite, because there's just a whole magnitude of spells you can pick here. At 17th level, we get 11th level in Bard, Hero's Feast, Mass Suggestion, All's Irresistible Dance. Honestly, here, I think you take Hero's Feast 10 times out of 10. The extra HP, paired with, I mean, again, you also have 8 here, and you have higher than 6 level spell slots, so you can have Hero's Feast and 8 up, which is potentially massive. A massive amount of HP you're giving to your allies, which is, at the end of the day, 8 tons of support. So overall, I think taking Hero's Feast is probably better than Mass Suggestion. I mean, it depends on the campaign. If your DM, like, enemies don't do, like, a lot. No, because you're 17th level. Your guys are taking a metric crap ton of damage, and an aided Hero's Feasted Barbarian is probably, like, at 300 hit points at this point. So I definitely think taking Hero's Feast and maybe Mass Suggestion is probably your best choice here. At 18th level, we'll be taking an extra level in Paladin. This is for one small reason, which we'll see soon. So our speed increases by 10 feet, and any ally that enters our aura protection for the first time or starts their turn in there, their speed is also increased by 10 feet, meaning our monk is faster, our barbarian is faster. It basically allows us to now all of our allies cannot reach the boss without having to maybe take the dash action or anything like that. Now, at 19th level, we'll be taking our 8th level in Paladin, granting us the Boon of Fate. Basically, anytime one of our allies or us fails a d20 test, we can add 2d4 to that test and apply that as a bonus or penalty to the d20 roll. So I guess if an ally fails or an enemy succeeds, we can add 2d4 and subtract or add that to that d20 roll as we choose. We can only use this. You can only use this until you roll initiative or finish a short or long rest. You can't use this again until you roll initiative or finish a short or long rest. Well, that's... Oh, I guess out of combat. Okay, I guess out of combat. But yeah, in combat, you will always have just 2d4 you can put on top of an ally. Also, +1 to charisma, meaning, yeah, at 20th level, we'll be taking the Boon of Combat Prowess. Honestly, I guess this can be good because of Inspiring Smite, but in my personal opinion, probably just take Boon of Fortitude here. Give yourself more HP. Allows you to tank better. So yeah, honestly, I just think take Boon of Fortitude. Now, if you care for really being a damage-based guy, then I guess you can take Boon of Combat Prowess, but I wouldn't recommend it. But now, finally, a True Strike attack action, Inspiring Smite at 8th level, deals an average of 72 damage. Now, a Cure Wounds at 8th level deals an average of 77 points of healing. Mass Cure Wounds at 8th level, 42, with an average to attack of 22.5 with Charisma and only 20 with Strength. That is today's build. So, yeah. I mean, in one turn, you can do an average of 107 points of healing, which is pretty nice. I mean, now, again, here comes like the debate. Oh, should you use your 8th level slot for 8 instead? I mean, that will be, like 35 extra hit points? I mean, yeah, Yeah, because that's 90 hit points in total. So yeah, in total you're actually giving out more healing. So I think honestly you probably should do 8 instead of. So yeah, I probably would recommend using Cure Wounds at 7th level if you ever need to, and aid at 8th level. Now, one thing you could definitely take here, and you probably should once you reach 10th level, where you get your 10th level in Bard, so level 16, is Aura of Vitality from the Cleric spell list. It's a very powerful spell. Um, Again, that is one of the reasons I wanted to take Lore Bard, because at what level would have been able to get it? At level 12, we would have been able to get Aura of Vitality, but honestly, I feel like again, this still is a paladin. I still want to be able to do a lot of damage. So I feel like taking Valor Bard, giving us extra attack that still works with our build is really good. Now I do have one issue with Inspiring Smite, and it's the fact that it doesn't scale. Uh, Honestly, I would ask your DM if maybe Inspiring Smite can scale like Divine Smite does. So if you cast Inspiring Smite at third level, it does 48 temporary hit points plus your pattern level. I don't know, that may be a little bit broken, but I feel like if you're saying single class paladin, it's not gonna be that broken. But whatever. I'll definitely ask your DM if you can do that. If not, whatever, it's fine. I mean, you're still giving out support even when you're doing a metric crowd ton of damage. But yeah, that's it for today's build. If you guys did enjoy today's build, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And next week will not be a paladin. It will be completely different. It won't even be a charisma based character. So yeah, make sure to look out for that. As yeah, OT19 signing out. Peace, peace.